Uh-oh. Starting the zebra uprising. Can I zoom the camera out? He's like right up here. This one's dead. How many zebra? How many of them can I actually have? Oh, there's a lion. Uh-oh. What even is that animal? Let's head to one of these icons. Oh wait, no, I was meant to speak to him. Oh, but he had like a quest or something to do as well. Alright, here's one. Oh, what was the button? Oh, there we go. You can go ahead and curse the sun and the moon all you like. They'll go on making you look so perfect in that light. Where even is the sun? Where is the sun? Right, there's another one with the question. The question marks keep popping up. It's another rock. When it's sunny, it reminds me of the last time it was sunny. When I was a younger rock and didn't even know what the sun was. Right. Oh, there's a shiny one though. We'll head to the shiny one. There you are. As you explore, you might feel that parts of you need to go their own direction, because you can't control everything at once. At least not yet. Try letting go of a few things. I'll just let go of all the zebras. I don't know what this is still. It's so bright. Right, is there anything else? I'll head over here. Actually, I'll grab a friend. There we go. Ah, here's one. Oh, what's he doing? Uh-oh, come here. All the small things, all the plants and little creatures. Are they here for you, or are you here for them? Oh, it's deep. It's hard to imagine that everything could be here for each other, because you can only see things from a zebra's perspective. I keep saying zebra or zebra, just as I can only see from a zebra's perspective. But if you want to, you can always see things from a little thing's point of view. Try it. Hang on. Descend, hold, get close to something small, hold down, select using... Wow, okay. So do I want to be a cactus or a bush? I'll be the cactus. Give me 1 second. Wait, I'm moving? Wait, so if I'm idle, does it like automatically move me? It does. It's going by itself. Hang on. Let me do my... Can descend to level below. What? Oh no, I've become the grass. Wait, this isn't even grass. I'm a jade plant. No way, is that an ant? Hang on. Let's speak to this bush. Well, this little plant. I think it looks like you've seen things from a little thing's point of view. Now you might be wondering what it's like to see things from the other way around. To see things from the bigger thing's point of view. Out of all the points of view you find, which one is the right one? Can ascend. A wild barley, yes. Let's keep ascending. Wait, where can... Whoa! I'll become the cactus again. I know what we can become. That massive rock. Hang on. Right. Oh, did it work? Oh wait, can we not become... Oh, we can become this rock. Oh, it's rolling? Wait, what happens if I... Oh, squashing the zebra. Let's go speak to this bubble. Hang on, don't ascend yet. I wish I could join you. Maybe one day I'll be able to. How come he can't be this? Why can't I become these big rocks? Do I have to like... I'm guessing like I have to make my way... Because I can't just pick the sun, can I? Now I'm a tree. I can ascend again. How? Whoa! I've become the island. What happens if I... Yeah, don't do that. Right, let's go even higher. Whoa! New Earth. Wait, I shouldn't be moving the planet, should I? I'm actually getting... Oh no. Everything's going to die. No! Imagine we just exploded. Oh, there's the moon. Can I become this? Wow, okay, right. Oh, wait. Ah, when I move, all the planets move as well. That's really cool. Hang on, what's that over there? Is that moving away from me, or is it actually coming towards me? Oh, there we go. What there is.
I find it a little difficult to say what the subject matter of this seminar is going to be, because it's too fundamental to give it a title. I'm going to talk about what there is. Now, the first thing, though, that we have to do is to get our perspectives with some background. about the basic ideas which influence our everyday common sense, our fundamental notions about what life is about. Ideas of the world which are built into the very nature of the language we use, and of our ideas of logic and of what makes sense altogether. And these basic ideas I call myth, not using the word myth to mean simply something untrue, but to use the word myth in a more powerful sense. A myth is an image in terms of which we try to make sense of the world.
Right, okay. Hang on, is my mouse too... That's better. Right, can we even go... How far does it extend? Oh no. What? I don't even know what I am. Right, I've bonded with whatever this is. 1D category. Right, they're like different categories. Right, so have I reached the end point of... When the right arrow on the eye is lit on. What the... Now what am I? I've become like... Whoa, I'm tripping. I can ascend still. I don't even know what's beyond. Right. How does... I'm carbon. Right, but you can't extend to like... If I've extended, then why am I... Carbon? Maybe it's like a cycle. So when you reach like the end point, it puts you back as carbon. Hang on, it's still saying ascend. Now what am I? Belpa pollen. There's a category just on pollen. Like, I don't know how in depth this game is. Let's go speak to other bacteria. Pollens are no good. You better get out of here before she sees you. Well, let's ascend again. Oh wait, we'll become this. There's a massive... What the... A world that peoples.
You, as a human being, you grow out of this physical universe in just exactly the same way that an apple grows off an apple tree. So let's say the tree which grows apples is a tree which apples, using apple as a verb. And a world in which human beings arrive is a world that peoples. And so the existence of people is symptomatic of the kind of universe we live in. Just as hair on a head is symptomatic of what's going on in the organism. But we have been brought up not to feel that we belong in the world. So our popular speech reflects it. We say, I came into this world. You didn't, you came out of it. We say, face facts. We talk about encounters with reality. as if it was a head-on meeting of completely alien agencies, and the average person has the sensation that he is a somewhat that exists inside a bag of skin, a center of consciousness, which looks out at this thing and what the hell's it going to do to me? I recognize you. You kind of look like me, and I've seen myself in a mirror, and you look like you might be people. So maybe you're intelligent, maybe you can love too. And perhaps you're all right. Some of you are anyway. You've got the right color of skin, or you have the right religion, or whatever it is, you're okay. But there are all those people over in Asia, Africa, and they may not really be people. When you want to destroy someone, you always define them as unpeople.
Well, what I can see is we've like ascended, and they're in some sort of different realm. Because like none of these plants are recognizable. What are they? Oh, is there anything bigger? Alright, ascend again. Okay. Whoa, what am I? Wait, was I inside the... Hang on. What are they? Let's go speed. Let's go to that cloud. Right, how do I speed? Oh, there we go. Inside a volcano. Where? I don't even know where I am. Hang on, let's go towards this this rock. Or whatever it is on top of it. How do I get up there? Oh no. Is it even possible to get up? There's something flying there. There we go. Life mostly involves going out and entangling yourself with others. But I want to show you another way of getting mixed up. A very beautiful thing you can do, and that's... oh no, to death. And not towards anywhere in particular. To make yourself the destination and to enjoy never quite arriving. Dancing always takes two, but the more the merrier. Everything dances a little differently, so try doing it with different things. Okay, let's connect with... and press 8. Wait, hang on. Press A? Does dancing cause more of them to form? Oh, so this eye here is like, it's a sign of when new life is ready. Hang on, stop dancing. Are these all part of me now? Oh, they are. Let's go down a level. Right, let's see how these dance. Hang on, where's the... Let's go here. And they do pretty much the same. It's a very relaxing game. To be fair, I didn't know what to expect from it.
We have this hostility to the external world because of the superstition, the myth, the absolutely unfounded theory that you yourself exist only inside your skin. Now, I want to propose another idea altogether. Billions of years ago, you were a big bang. But now you're a complicated human being. But so we define ourselves as being only that. If you think that you are only inside your skin, you define yourself as one very complicated little curlicue, way out on the edge of that explosion, way out in space and way out in time. And then we cut ourselves off and don't feel that we're still the Big Bang. But you are. Depends how you define yourself. You are actually, if this is the way things started, if there was a Big Bang in the beginning, you're not something that is a result of the Big Bang. You're not something that is a sort of puppet on the end of the process. You are still the process. You are the Big Bang, the original force of the universe coming on as whoever you are. See, when I meet you, I see not just what you define yourself as, Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. I see every one of you as the primordial energy of the universe coming on at me in this particular way. I know I'm that too. But we've learned to define ourselves as separate from it.
Okay, right. We're now in the iced planet. All the islands on Earth have become like alien islands, which is slightly weird. I'm now drift ice. How about there's nothing smaller nearby? How do I find something smaller? Oh wait, that looks smaller. Oh, you can look under them. Ah! Well, let's get to them. I'm large kelp. Right, while they dance, hang on. I've just got to do something, so I'll be back in about a minute. Right, I am back. Sorry for the wait. Did anything happen? No. It actually paused. I want to try and land on the planet, but I can't. Kind of like, I think when you've reached a certain height, you can't actually go any higher. Oh wait, there we go. Alright, I'm the island now. Let me just bond with it first. There we go. Ice continent. And then descend. Ah. I'm a tree. I was like mammoth. Oh, there's a little hut as well. Right, let's descend more. Oh, I've got to bond with. I keep forgetting that you got to bond with like the thing. Ah, I am. Are they called deer? No. They are called deer, right? Well, they better be. Can I become the hut? Hang on. A megaloceros. Okay. Yes, we'll become the fireplace. Ah, yes. I've always wanted to be a fireplace. Can I become become a leaf? And no frog. Oh wait. Yes. Does he jump though? Oh, I don't think he jumps.
What I would call a kind of a basic problem we've got to go through first is to understand that there are no such things as things. That is to say, separate things. That is only a way of talking. If you can understand this, you're going to have no further problems. I once asked a group of high school children, what do you mean by a thing? And first of all, they gave me all sorts of synonyms. They said it's an object, which is simply another word for a thing. It doesn't tell you anything about what you mean by a thing. And finally, a very smart girl who was in the group said a thing is a noun. And she was quite right. A noun isn't a part of nature, it's a part of speech. There are no nouns in the physical world. There are no separate things in the physical world either. See, the physical world is wiggly. The clouds, mountains, trees, people are all wiggly. And only when human beings get working at things, they build buildings in straight lines and try and make out that the world isn't really wiggly. But here are we sitting in this room all built on straight lines, but each one of us is as wiggly as all get out.
What's that weird noise? Thoughts are the friction between things and other things. Thoughts would never exist if everything thought it was the same. As you go around listening to things, their thoughts will make impressions on your mind. When you go out and experience life, you will have your own thoughts, and they will reflect the things you've listened to and absorbed. Give thinking a go, just try not to take it too seriously. When the eye is lit up, press think. Volcano then here soon enough. I'm actually getting closer to this. I don't think I am. I'll become... what's this? I am wild wheat. And now I am campfire. Okay. If you think about it, size is all relative. Like, even if you're small, you'll think things are big. And even when you're like normal size, things are still big. Like, being like a mammoth at that height, that's like normal. So really, size is just all the same. Why am I stuck in here? Oh no, I'm not. Oh, there's another one. Quick! Oh my god, there's penguins. Go down. I'm a penguin. Wow. Can I? Yes. Oh, there's polar bears as well. Do these dance too? Oh, they do. Okay, we got 4 penguins. Why is everything going red? I wonder if this game has like an end game. I know that you can try and find everything. Hang on, where's... Yeah, you got audio. I suppose if you... Oh wait, oh no. Listen to more Alan Watts. Okay, now go back. What's 1D? Oh, things that only have 1D common. Oh. What does that mean though? Look how much stuff there is, like... It'll take you a long time if you're trying to water. Drift ice. Oh, it has like... It talks about them as well. Baobab is the common name for each of the 9 species of tree in the... Okay, I don't know what that says. This crystal is multicolored. Gemstone. A gemstone or gem is a piece of mineral crystal, which, in cut and polished form, is used to make jewelry or other adornments. Alright. Getting hold of the wiggly... Okay.
Now then, when you want to get control of something that wiggles, it's pretty difficult, isn't it? You try and pick up a fish in your hands, and the fish is wiggly and it slips out. What do you do to get hold of the fish? You use a net. And so the net is the basic thing we have for getting hold of the wiggly world. A net is something regular. And I can number the holes in a net. So many holes up, so many holes across. And if I can number these holes, I can count exactly where each wiggle is in terms of a hole in that net. But in order to do that, I've got to break up the wiggle into bits. And I've got to call this a specific bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle, and this the next bit, and this the next bit of the wiggle. And so these bits are things which I mark out in order to talk about the wiggle, in order to measure it, and therefore in order to control it. But in nature, in fact, in the physical world, the wiggle isn't bitted. So the world doesn't come thing. You and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave is continuous with the ocean. The ocean waves, and the universe peoples. And as the wave, I wave at you and say, you! The world is waving at me with you. And saying, hi, I'm here. But the way we feel and sense our existence, being based on a myth that we are made, that we are parts, that we are things, our consciousness has been influenced so that each one of us does not feel that. We feel we have been hypnotized, literally hypnotized, by social convention into feeling and sensing that we exist only inside our skins, that we are not the original bang, but just something out on the end of it. And therefore we are scared stiff. Because my wave is going to disappear. And I'm going to die. And that would be awful.
These like audio files are pretty cool. What's it like to be a penguin? I don't really like how you move around. It's a bit ridiculous. I mostly enjoy being a stone. I guess it has its ups and downs. I wouldn't know why it's like being anything else. I quite like playing as the penguin. Right, let's go speak to this. Is it the polar bear? Yeah, it is. It's just it's the polar bear. To be honest, I've seen much bigger penguins around, and they weren't so full of themselves. Wait, is that a what are they called, dude? Let's be that instead. A oh. I am a harbour seal. Long before harbour seals were around, far back through time, all animals were the same. As something that spread into every animal everywhere. As something all animals will share here and now. You may find you aren't just harbour seal, but every animal in existence. An expression of this great pattern known as animals. Everything secretly knows this, and you know it too. Does that mean I can be a penguin? Oh yeah, I forgot that I could interact with the other animals. Oh, what's that? Oh, the birds. Sees you, I guess. It has its ups and downs, and they weren't so full of the moon or you. That doesn't make any sense. Wait, is it not meant to make sense? Wait, is this the ice? It's a very dark night to be off gallivanting around here. You're lucky you get to do it. Oh, thanks. To be fair, I quite like these. You would call them walking sims, wouldn't you? They're nice to play. Like when you during this one. Wait, what's happening? I don't get it. Does that mean I can? Oh yeah. Let's get some mammoths into the mix. Or another audio log.
You are a fluke. You are a separate event. And you run from the maternity ward to the crematorium, and that's it, baby. Now, why does anybody think that way? There's no reason to, because it isn't even scientific. It's just a myth. And it's invented by people who wanted to feel a certain way. They want to play a certain game. Camus said there is only really one serious philosophical question, which is whether or not to commit suicide. Should you or not commit suicide? This is a good question. Why go on? And you only go on if the game is worth the candle. Now, the universe has been going on for an incredible long time. And so, really, a satisfactory theory of the universe has to be one that's worth betting on. That's seems to me, absolutely elementary common sense. If you make a theory of the universe which isn't worth betting on, why bother? Just commit suicide. But if you want to go on playing the game, you've got to have an optimal theory for playing the game.
Can you honest, I can just watch them dance. I better move out. Can I set the camera to... There we go. It wasn't this dark last spring. This is really ruining my vacation. I feel like it's time we hang on, can I go? Hang on. I was gonna say, it feels like it's a bit time we go to a different planet. Wait, why is that? Whoa! Okay, let's find another planet now. You can't go into the sun, can you? No, I didn't think so. I am Rock Planet. Great. How do I go inside of Rock Planet? Can I do that? Oh, I know. Ah. I can go on the moon? Or not? Okay. What is Rock Planet made out of? Oh yeah, I presume it's rock. Oh, another voice recording? I thought, right, there it is. Ah, there we go.
If there is any such thing at all as intelligence and love and beauty, well, you found it in other people. In other words, it exists in us as human beings. And as I said, if it is there in us, it is symptomatic of the scheme of things. We are as symptomatic of the scheme of things as the apples are symptomatic of the apple tree or the rose of the rose bush. The earth is not a a big rock infested with living organisms, any more than your skeleton is bones infested with cells. The Earth is geological, yes, but this geological entity grows people. And our existence on the Earth is a symptom of the solar system and its balances, as much as the solar system in turn is a symptom of our galaxy. And our galaxy in its turn is a symptom of the whole company of galaxies. Goodness only knows what that's in.
Okay. I might actually listen to these later. I think it said that... Wait, what's autoplay? Wait, can I put on auto? What does that mean? It's lagging, that's what... Whoa, what happened? Is it trying to... Oh my god. What did I do? What's the autoplay? I turned on autoplay and the game starts lagging. Oh my god. Hang on. What did I press? Right, don't press anything. That might help. Oh my god, didn't help. Something has gone wrong. Okay, whatever you do, do not turn on autoplay mode. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reboot this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna check how many people are actually streaming this game. Because if there's none, then there's no point in me doing it.
Only, so if you're planning to come to
what's the X Games called? Everything. Yes, it is. Okay, there was me streaming it. Wait, so you can turn on autoplay? Can you just let the game play by itself? Hang on a sec. Let's try it. Let's see if it doesn't actually lag out this time. Ooh, loading, loading. Everything is loading. Okay, that is good. Enter. Okay. Right. There we go. We now exist again. Let's see what. How do I make it autoplay? Do I just leave it? Oh, you do? Okay, I'm interested to see what it does. It's actually really cool. You just start the game and then just let it play by itself. I mean, if that's what you wanted to do. Oh no, it's turned into the tree. If I see like a dialogue, I'll play it. Well, I'll go towards it. Oh, there's one.
If there is any such thing at all as intelligence and love and beauty, well, you found it in other people. In other words, it exists in us as human beings. And as I said, if it is there in us, it is symptomatic of the scheme of things. We are as symptomatic of the scheme of things as the apples are symptomatic of the apple tree or the rose of the rose bush. The earth is not a big rock infested with living organisms, any more than your skeleton
I've listened
is
to this one.
bones infested with cells.
Yes, I am a white rock. A medium-sized
The
white rock.
Earth is geological, yes, but this geological entity grows people. And our existence on the Earth is a symptom of the solar system and its balances, as much as the solar system in turn is a symptom of our galaxy. And our galaxy in its turn is a symptom of the whole company of galaxies. Goodness only knows what that's in.
The rocks interact with each other. Oh, got it in the rock. Would that even be a rock? Not that one, the one, the big one. It would be classed as a mountain, wouldn't it? Unless you name it a large rock. Oh, there's a part of it. As you experience all of the universe's things, each thing also experiences you. Things leave their mark on you as you leave your mark on things, and somewhere inside you is an impression of everything you've ever been, a great memory of things you can revisit anytime, and feel what it's like to be them again. You are always free to transform yourself into anything. Okay. I want to be an insect. I don't think that. I don't think that's how it works. You see on the rock planet, clearly insects are large. Is that a light? Also, why is it snowing on this planet? I say this planet's quite close to I swear it's quite close to the sun, so I don't understand why it's snowing. You are lucky you get to do it. Yeah, none of these thoughts make any sense. At all. Oh, they are the tigers? I thought that was lions. It is a big roach, isn't it? What game is Roach from? Is that a thing from like... Oh, I've forgotten what. Is that a thing? Oh, it's The Witcher. It's the horse, if I remember right. Oh, it's there's another audio sample. I like how it's when it snows, then like the snow actually lands. There we go.
When, as a scientist, you describe the behavior of a living organism, you try to say what a person does, it's the only way in which you can describe what a person is. Describe what they do. Then you find out that in making this description, you cannot confine yourself to what happens inside the skin. In other words, you can't talk about a person walking unless you start describing the floor. Because when I walk, I don't just dangle my legs in empty space. I move in relationship to a room. And so in order to describe what I'm doing when I'm walking, I have to describe the room. I have to describe the territory. So in describing my talking at the moment, I can't describe this just as a thing in itself, because I'm talking to you. And so what I'm doing at the moment is not completely described unless your being here is described also. So if that is necessary, if in other words, in order to describe my behavior, I have to describe your behavior and the behavior of the environment, it means that we've really got one system of behavior. That what I am involves what you are. I don't know who I am unless I know who you are. And you don't know who you are unless you know who I am. In other words, we're not separate. We define each other. We're all backs and fronts to each other. We and our environment, and all of us and each other, are interdependent systems. We know who we are in terms of other people. We all lock together. And this is, again and again, the serious scientific description of how things happen. And any good scientist knows that what you call the external world is as much you as your own body.
Oh, there's the roach from earlier. He's got all snow all over him. Yeah, the thing with this game is it's not like it's something that makes you want to fall asleep. See, the game was released on Epic for free, but I don't know if I'd actually buy this. I remember when it released and it was quite popular. I think the reason it got a lot of attention is the fact that, like, the ability to be anything, including large zebras. But like that was the appeal. It's probably one of them, like, I think you call it one of those YouTuber games, wouldn't you? Like another example of a YouTuber game is like I Am Bread or Untitled Goose Game. They're the type of things that you would see a YouTuber playing anyway. Because you need something that's like that's in, like, it's got to be niche, it's got to be unique, it's got to be niche, that like so it draws an audience in, and that's what you'll notice with a lot of these type of games. You wouldn't see, think of a YouTube gaming one that saying that most gaming YouTubers, they all look for these type of games. Because they all want, oh my god, it's gone to space. Because they all want, they all want to join the audience. You'd have someone that's like subscribed to 5 different channels, and the 5 different channels will all have the same content, and then they'll just pick what they think. They just pick which YouTube has the best, I don't know, the best funny moment or whatever. I remember when, like, years ago, a game, if I enjoyed a game, I would like go on YouTube and type in the title of the game, then funny moments, just to see what would pop up. These days, I just use YouTube for like gaming news, and that's about it. I don't really use it for much else. Well, no, I use it for film as well. So for like short films and like indie filmmakers. But other than that, I don't really watch YouTubers play games. Like I don't watch Markiplier that much anymore. Is that a satellite? Oh yeah. The only place I watch people play games is on Twitch.
Your skin doesn't separate you from the world. It's a bridge through which the external world flows into you, and you flow into it. Just, for example, as a whirlpool in water, you could say because you have a skin, you have a definite shape, you have a definite form. The whirlpool is a definite form, but no water stays put in it. The whirlpool is something the stream is doing. And exactly the same way, the whole universe is doing each one of us. And I see you today, and I recognize you tomorrow, just as I would recognize a whirlpool in a stream. I'd say, oh yes, I've seen that whirlpool before. It's just near so-and-so's house on the edge of the river, and it's always there. So in the same way, when I meet you tomorrow, I recognize you, you're the same whirlpool you were yesterday. But you're moving. The whole world is moving through you. All the cosmic rays, all the food you're eating, the stream of steaks and milk and eggs and everything is just flowing right through you. When you're wiggling the same way, the world is wiggling, the stream is wiggling you. But the problem is, you see, we haven't been taught to feel that way. The myths underlying our culture and underlying our common sense have not taught us to feel identical with the universe, but only parts of it, only in it, only confronting it, aliens. And we are, I think, quite urgently in need of coming to feel that we are the eternal universe, each one of us. Otherwise, we're going to go out of our heads. We're going to commit suicide, collectively, courtesy of H-bombs. And, all right, supposing we do, well, that will be that, and it'll be life making experiments on other galaxies. Maybe they'll find a better game.
Alright, before I go off the stream, because this game is not like, this is a game you'd like meditate to. Hang on. I want to know where this Alan Watts dog. Okay. Alan Watts dog. Oh right. Audio. Do I have to buy it? No. Yeah, I think it was lectures, I think. Oh! Ah, it's so good though. Hang on. Let's see if it's on YouTube. I love how like My Hero's the What if you stop talking to yourself all the time? Yeah, let's end this game. Cool game, cool concept, but not my type. How do I exit? Yes, close.
Got your mochaccino?
Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. And I remember when I was a boy, we had a common saying, talking to yourself is the first sign of madness. Now, obviously, if I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. And so in exactly the same way, if I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. And therefore I'm living entirely in the world of symbols, and I'm never in relationship with reality. All right, now that's the first basic reason for meditation. But there is another sense, and this is going to be a little bit more difficult to understand, why we could say that meditation doesn't have a reason or doesn't have a purpose. And in this respect, it's unlike almost all other things that we do, except perhaps making music and dancing. Because when we make music, we don't do it in order to reach a certain point, such as the end of the composition. If that were the purpose of music, to get to the end of the piece, then obviously the fastest players would be the best. And so likewise, when we are dancing, we are not aiming to arrive.
For some reason, his voice is very, like, literally when you search his name, it's like meditation is like one of the next search results. Very cool. Alright, that's it for the stream anyway. I don't think it wasn't the most ideal game to stream. Part is though, if you, like, I look, well, that goes how you want to fall asleep. Like, there's a website called Twitch Strike, and it tells you what games are the best to play currently, and they're mostly all card games. There's even an RPG called Slay the Spire, which is it is card based, and that comes up on the list of what to play. Most of these games that don't interest me. There's one called Dofus. What is this? Yeah, I don't know. There's not much. There's chess. I don't know if I could stream that though. Like, that's something that I don't. Yeah, I don't think I could stream that. Dauntless really interests me. Where's Epic Games gone? I think it's on the Epic Store. Dauntless really interests me because when I played Monster Hunter World, I couldn't really get into it. I feel like it was way too in depth for me. But Dauntless is a way more. It's still in depth, but it's just not as in depth as you would expect. I was just going to show like my personal details, but it is, isn't it? No, it won't. Yeah, like it shows my bank card. I'm not going to install it now. I've played quite a lot of this game actually. I believe it. Yeah, I played it on Game Pass. It's really good. I could get into it. I could really do changing my name. Unreal Engine. I remember when I had like this phase where I would just play. No, like I would just try and learn to make a game, like no matter what it was. The thing is, though, I don't really want to. It helped me realize that I didn't really want to work on making games. Like it's cool, Imagine like sitting behind a desk and knowing that you've made a game for it to sell extremely well. Thing is, though, do I really want to do that? So what games are on here? Surviving Mars, many other cool games. I think I've only just noticed that, and actually it's really cool. The logo for the game is in color, but the rest of the logo isn't. for example, Batman. Everything else is black and white. Metro Redux which is in red, and the rest is in black and white. Surviving Mars. Right, let's get this done. I won't stream it today. I don't even know if I'll stream it like anytime soon. Is it even on? I can't even spell. That's not even a. Oh. Yeah, there it is. I played in the Dauntless like alpha. If I probably carried over my account, but I'd probably have some sort of like bonus, I suppose. Here's Dauntless. It looks cool. No, don't play the trailer. Don't play the trailer. Oh my god, the audio. I'll get it, but I won't install it yet. You have to like. There we go. I won't install it yet though. Wait, where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Anyway, yeah, I'll be streaming later. No, not later, as in I'll be streaming tomorrow. I believe I'm playing Overwatch with a friend. So if you wanna tune in then. See ya. I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm never playing everything again, just because it doesn't attract any audience whatsoever. See ya. I'll see you tomorrow.